I don't know. My phone just cut off. It just cut off. Now I gotta wait till y'all come back in because my phone just cut off. Totally cut off. Mm. I don't know why it cut off. My phone cut off. It was like bloop. Hey. So I'm gonna let a few more girls come in here because I know they're still on my other one. It cut off. It was not playing no games. Hey, I'm sorry. It cut off. I don't know why my phone cut off like that. Hey, I'm gonna start back where I was. I just gotta let the girls know that I'm over here. I'm sorry, y'all. My phone is so ratchet. It literally just cut off and would not let me get back on. Hey. Oh, thank you. Thank you, boo. The next one is gonna be Halloween. I want y'all to be able to wear your costumes, sexy costumes only. But what I was saying is, yeah, I need a guy to sacrifice. I just had a homie just sit here and say, "Yo, I don't have anything else to do. What are you doing?" I said, "I'm working." You know, what's going on? And he was just like, "I'm bored. I don't. I'm sorry. I need you when you have a business meeting. I need you when you're trying to spend some money. Like, stop. Like, no." So, yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh, thank you, babe. But did y'all have any? You got our always. I always got you. I always got you. So, I know another girl asked about offending men when it comes to money. Um, if men have money, it's not a problem. The only men who complain or they have issues. Oh, Kimberly, thank you so much, baby. Thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The only time a man is going to be disrespectful, the only time a man's going to be offensive, the only time a man is going to sit here and come at you a certain type of way when you're talking about money or letting him know that you're used to being taken care of or letting him know your qualifications as far as the position that he's trying to fill within your life. Those are going to be broke men. Those are going to be men who can't afford it. Those are going to be men who are used to women taking care of them. Those are going to be men who are tight with their money, even if they do have money and they don't plan on investing it into you, like Kevin and Katie. Or Kate, we had some Kates, we had Katie's, but Katie, like, he has money, and just because he has money, she's still struggling. She's still almost getting evicted. She's still going through all kinds of stuff. And honestly, he's not my type. And even if he was, I don't care how sexy you look, I don't care how good you look. Like, if you're not spending money on me, then I'm sorry. Like, it costs to, you know what I mean, for maintenance. What Katie has to have hair products, you know what I mean? She has to, get made up. She has to look nice. She has to do all of this stuff. It costs money to be a woman. You know what I mean? It costs money to look good. It costs money, you know what I mean, to maintain a high value woman. So that's why dusties will complain because they can barely afford themselves. If most can't even afford themselves, let alone a high value woman. So when it comes to men complaining or getting offended, you want them to get offended. I love when men are saying, "You must be on drugs." Like, sir, stop. So you can't afford me. Don't be upset. Like, stop. Versus, you know what I mean? The girls are, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you." And they'll sit here and be like, "No, because my ex, I bought her this, that, and that." Example, Mr. Doolittle, Dr. Doolittle. Y'all named him. Y'all are lit. Dr. Doolittle. I told y'all how he kept on talking inappropriately to my friend. And my bestie was just like, "Fancy, what do I say? If he says something inappropriate, ask him to take you shopping." He literally had the nerve to sit here and say, "Don't you have your own money?" You know what I mean? But he just was bragging about going to Vegas, taking a girl with him to Vegas, and how the girl kept on being clingy because other women kept on flocking to him, and he was just there to gamble and make money. And once he won all this money, he spent all his money on the girl. So he doesn't know what. You're lying. You're lying. Stop. You're lying. So my girl just asked you to take her shopping, and you just asked her, does she not have her own money? But you weren't too uncomfortable to ask her to come over and give you a massage or whatever. Massage is code word for extracurricular activity. Don't touch me. You're not licensed. Stop. And I'm not gonna touch, like, that's why have your nails done. Another reason I have your nails done, I'm sorry, I just can't. I have nails. I can't massage you. Sorry. Sorry. Maybe when my nails aren't done, we can do it, but they're always done. So I don't think it's gonna work out. You know what I mean? You have to be that spoiled, extra bratty. I'm not saying be witchy with a B, but I'm saying let him know that, act offended. Say, you know what I mean? If he asks you to tip, excuse me? You want me to do what? I'm really embarrassed right now and I'm kind of uncomfortable. Let me go get some fresh air. Get your stuff and leave. I'm not, tip what? Do who? No. Because if you're just sitting there like, oh, I left my wallet in the car. That shows that if you had your wallet or if you had it, then you would do it. And he's going to try it on you again. You feel me? Or I left my wallet at home. No, let him know. Never in my life have I ever. And I must have had an F up, in judgment when it came to you because you seemed or you appeared to be the type of men that I date. You feel me? And obviously, I was wrong. I've never in my life been asked to tip, split, what? So if Kevin would have asked Katie that time when he said, would you like to split the bill? Go Dutch, whatever the case was. And she was like, are you serious? Like, we go out only a few times a month and this is a date. Like a date. And I'm struggling. She did all of that instead of saying, no, I'm not. Kevin, are you okay? Sir, are you okay? Like, he can't force you to pay. You know what I mean? And if you're gonna be with someone, if you're in a relationship with someone who's cheap and stuff like that, and you're used to being taking care of your half or your portion or contributing, stop. Because what are they gonna do? They're gonna walk away and not pay the bill? No, you walked away first. So the bill stuck with him. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not. Because I know a lot of girls, it's not as easy. It's easier said than done, especially if you're living with or married to a dusty who you've been contributing so much. You just got to stop. You got to stop giving it up and you got to stop contributing. If you continue to do it, he's not going to change. You know what I mean? If you help a man in any kind of way, then at that point, you're playing yourself. He's not playing you. He's just taking care of someone else who, we're helpless. Babe, I can barely take care of myself. I lied. I don't, because I don't have to. So if you're not going to, then why are we, So you just got to really, stick up for yourself and not really care about offending people. So, how do you, okay, so these are the same answers to everything else. How do you not get emotionally attached to sugar daddy? Same thing with how do you not sleep with him? If you have multiple, like, you're dealing with multiple guys. The more men you deal with, the less of emotional attach. Oh, I talk to him every day. No, baby, I'm talking to you like twice a week. If you want to talk to me more, it's going to cost. You know what I mean? It's going to cost. So if you're talking to multiple guys, it's hard to get attached to one. And if you're not sleeping with them, then you're not having soul ties. And if you're not having soul ties, it's easier to keep it like a business relationship. Because I was thinking, in a lot of cultures, not over here, but in other cultures, we had a discussion, people don't get married because they love each other. They don't get married because they're attracted to each other. They get married because the families have decided, the son is coming from a good, stable, hardworking, successful family, and my daughter is going to submit to you, and she'll learn to love you. That's why you see a lot of cultures out there where, you know what I mean, they've been together since they was 16, 17. They didn't have an option. They learned to love each other. And the women, they will sit here and however their culture is, keep themselves up from their husband, and the husband do whatever they do. And they sit here and have the babies, take care of the home, and be the homemakers. And I feel like over here, love don't keep you married. It don't. Throwing that thing back don't keep you married, and it doesn't stop a man from cheating on you. So taking care of a man doesn't stop a man from cheating on you, and it doesn't keep him. Going 50-50 with a man does not sit here and stop him from cheating on you, doesn't stop him from leaving you, doesn't stop him from treating you bad. So if you don't require a man to do his job, then you're just allowing him to sit here and do you wrong. Cause like he doesn't even value you enough to do what he's supposed to do for a woman that he loves and cares about. So when it comes to love, I will learn to love whoever I marry, because I'm like, that's not even a factor. I will submit to them. I will, love them, and I'm not going to sit here and try to kill them or anything like that. Like, that's just not what I'm going to do. But when it comes to the other areas, they have to be a high value man. And if not, I'm definitely not giving up my roster. Like, why? So when I get married, I can, I'll commit then. But until then, mm-mm, I'm not. If he's cheap, he's not worth it. Because if he knows you value, if he knows if he knows your value, you would not be cheap. Ditch him. Yeah, a man's not gonna sit here and have a luxury vehicle and try to find the cheapest place to get it detailed. He's not. No. Maintenance on a car is just as much, it is more than the actual vehicle itself. So if he doesn't see value within you, like just like if Katie married Kevin, I keep on referring back to them because we've actually seen a portion of their life. Not even saying it's true or not. It's just an example. But if they marry, like he's probably gonna make her sign a prenup, and he's still not gonna give her money even after that. Even outside of that, it's not gonna be a better situation. His representative of them even dating for a year or whatever has been, I have not received a dime from Kevin. He did not even want to help me with $1,000 for rent, which is nothing. And he has two multi-million-dollar estates. Stop. So Kevin's gonna leave her and go to someone else, and that's just, it is what it is. My opinion on Cardi and Offset, I just saw that she filed for divorce, but I didn't look into it. Like, I don't know why. Like, I don't know why she's filing for divorce. So, but I'll give you an example. Outside of knowing what it really is, women who file for a divorce, because I deal with, y'all, I don't like to put people business out here, but I deal with a lot of married women, like not meaning work with as far as coaching calls, meaning out of the guys that I talk to, a lot of them are married. It is what it is. A lot of them are married, and especially if they're not covering their tracks or doing whatever they do appropriately or in the right way, their wife finds out, and they come across my YouTube channel, or they just get my number off of whatever. And listen here, I'm gonna tell you a story time. I'm gonna save that story time for Monday. I'm gonna save the story time for you Monday. Yeah, because in this field, like a lot of people say that it's harder to it's dangerous messing with a married man, and I don't agree. I don't. It's just as dangerous messing with a single man. When you know a man's married, you're able to respect him and understand that you can't call him all the time. You can't do this, you can't do that. Versus a man who is lying and saying that he's single, or lying and not telling you about his girlfriend, and so you're just putting yourself out there, and that girl can sit here and kill you. She can snaps, the first 48, whatever. At least if you know he married, you know that it's gonna have to sit here and, okay, so when he ready to give me money, you know what I mean, you hit me up, I'm not hitting you up. So I feel like when you know he's married, like, you know how to proceed. And just because a man says he's not married or not in a relationship, that doesn't make you safer because another person's not in the situation. You just don't know another person's in the situation. So no, but back to Cardi and Offset. I don't know why she's getting a divorce, but I will say this. A lot of women who divorce their men or file for divorce, they're not really about it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say they're not really about it, but I know personally firsthand that a lot of women who file for divorce, they're trying to teach their man a lesson, like, I'm gonna leave you and you're not gonna see your kids and you're gonna have to go through this and all this other stuff. They're trying to sit, and I've seen women file for divorce just to scare that man, like you're gonna lose half of everything, and you know, whatever the case is, and then they fall back and don't get a divorce. I don't know what Cardi's situation is, as much as she's chased after this man, as much as this man's cheating on her, as much as, you know what I mean. It's not like it's not like she don't got her own money. So at the end of the day, if it's simply because he's cheating, he's cheated before. And I just feel like maybe Cardi's trying to show him that you're not gonna miss me until you're gone. But she hasn't just showed us that she's gonna be gone. She hasn't separated from him for 6 months. She ain't just, you know what I mean? So again, I don't know their situation, but from what I see right now, she just filed for divorce and somebody's crying and apologizing. I don't know. I don't know their business. Their business don't pay my bills, so I don't know. Okay. Um Okay, she said, Fancy, ask for money when men get sexual. How do you ask for money if he's trying to sext you? How do you bring it up? Well, he doesn't really care. Like, you don't think men don't, they're not like, how can I ask for a naughty picture? Like, they're not really trying to properly not offend you. They're not trying to ask in the most polite way. So it shouldn't matter how you ask for money. If he asks for something from you, you need to ask something from him. Like, babe, you haven't even taken me shopping yet. Like, what are you doing? Like, no. Mm-mm. Nope. So I don't care about his feelings. I'm not gonna sit here and ask. Just like I told my friend, she straight up said, you know what I mean? I said, girl, how did you ask? And she was just like, well, he asked me again, like you said he would. And I sat here and said, well, babe, I know you said you're bored. Like, let's go shopping instead. Like, she kind of, put it into the situation. So it depends on the conversation. Even when I'm doing scripts for y'all, like, I need y'all to screenshot me y'all's conversation. You know what I mean? And I need to know what's going on, what's been said already. I need to see his tone. I need to see how you've been speaking to him already to kind of see why he's responding the way he's responding. So when I type up something for you, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Same thing when it comes to y'all's profiles. But y'all are like, Fancy, do my about me section. Girl, I don't know you. Like, can you come up with your own about me section? And then from there, I can sit here and, make it make sense. I don't know you. Are you vegan? Because I'm not. Like, are you, like, do you do yoga? Like, I don't know. So, yeah. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Y'all, I'm trying to be respectful in these videos because YouTube they be having me in timeout. I think from now on, they be flagging all my stuff. They flag it, and then I have to wait for them to review it. And then once they review it, sometimes they still decline me. And I got to repost the same video up. Okay, so I will upload a video. They'll automatically flag it and say that it's demonetized. So then I had to request it to be reviewed. And then once it gets reviewed, sometimes no curse words, no nothing, it will still get, declined and said, no, we saw that it's not appropriate for everybody. And so then I will upload the same video again and it's approved. Like, y'all. Gives better views without exposing where you live. Coming through with a cute background. Chill. Yeah. Okay, so what if he starts getting distant and flaking on our online dates? So what? You have a roster. Who cares? We don't like you anyways. Like, it doesn't matter. We don't contact these guys. We don't follow up. I know a lot of people have issues with me not contacting them. I know I just had an issue with one of my guys. He's like, Fancy, you never call me, you never text me. Why? Why would I? I I don't want anything. And when you don't want anything, that's when guys want to give you more. When you need, You know what I mean? Or you're desperate to, every time I take you to lunch, it's always 1,500. Babe, I just have I'm just tired. I just want to stay at home, or I just want to go get my nails done. Or when you're able to turn down money, that's when men are just like, dang, I ain't ish. I ain't nothing. So if they don't, so what? I don't care. Obviously, you liked me enough to take me out from the beginning. And once you saw that I wasn't easy, now you're upset. So how do you get a man to take you shopping? Should I like go to a fancy restaurant with shops nearby and ask him to walk along with me and then end up in a store? Um, I feel like it's totally up to you. Everything's different. Every person is different. Some guys, you know what I mean, you can do that. And you say, oh babe, that's so cute. And without you having to ask for it, he'll give it to you. And some guys don't like to not be prepared. They like to already know that, you were planning on, you know, having him take you shopping. So every guy's different and you really have to, it's not a black and white type of thing. But yeah, you can try that depending on who you're with. Bye. Oh, she said, thanks for your finesse and tips. My sugar daddy loves me. The funny part is he loves the way I'm always asking for money because I have a way of doing it. Yeah, every guy is different. And if you find out that your guy is, you know what I mean, a man who need a beta man. I feel like this. If you have to ask a man for something, I definitely feel like he's a beta man. I feel like provider men like to take care of their women, just like they take care of their business, just like they take care of their networking, their colleagues, their house, their social circle. High value men take care of things. If he's not taking care of you and you have to ask, I just feel like he's just not a high value man. It takes a lot. It's a lot to be a high value man. And with that being said, everybody's not it. Just because he has the money and just because, you're in that dominant spot where you have to ask and he'll give, that means you're the dominant role. Because you're telling him, hey, I need this, versus him giving it to you saying, I see, you know what I mean, that you're an expensive kind of girl. And I don't know if you might need something or not, but before you need something, I'm going to go ahead and take care of you. High value men, they come up with solutions to problems that aren't even problems yet. And if he's not doing that, then and you have to kind of tell him, not trying to put no shade on your situation, it works for you, you know what I mean, if you getting money from him, he's going to take care of whatever you ask him for, then by all means, everybody's personality is different. I don't personally like, I'm not going to ask you for nothing. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm going to tell you, how I am, and I'm going to show you my expectations. But if you're not able to sit here and keep up with it, I'm going to let you know why this is not going to work out anymore. Babe, I'm sorry. I've never been in a situation where I've had to, continuously make it transactional, and either we're going to need to go to an allowance type of situation, or I just need you to be more receptive to my moods. Like if I'm saying, I just really don't feel like, getting out or doing anything, or whatever the case is, you know what I mean, motivate me, cash at me, send me some money, not so you can take me somewhere, just let me know that it's there in case I decide to want to get out. So that means I'm just like, oh, he was really sweet, really thinking about me. Maybe the next time I'm going to be in a better mind frame, and I'm gonna want to go out and do something with him. That's the type of guys I like. But again, we all have our preferences. I hate that this turned into two separate lives. It might be good. I might can be nasty in this one and they can demonetize this one and I can keep the other one up. I'm trying to keep YouTube off my back. I'm trying to keep them off my back. How find a common subject to talk with him, also if he likes. Okay, so how to find common subjects to talk with him about, and also if he likes blonde, should you change your hair color? So does he like you, and how do you know he likes blondes? And if he's told you that he likes blondes, you weren't a blonde obviously, because you said you would change your hair color for him. I would be different. I'll be different unless he wants to sit here and pay for the upkeep. And if it's your real hair, then going blonde, it's very damaging. And if he's not gonna keep up the maintenance with it, then no, no, no. Obviously, you liked me enough, and I'm not blonde. So Yeah, and if he's not a big factor in your life, I'm not gonna change my hair. Y'all know I'll slap on a wig. I'll slap on a wig, call it a day. But if it's my actual hair, no. That's like somebody saying I like chemically treated natural hair. I want you to have a relaxer. Baby, stop. Stop. No, I'm not gonna do it. But that's your head. That's up to you. Do you like being a blonde? Is he paying enough money? Is he gonna keep it up? The choice is yours. So, yeah. I'm so obsessed with Melly Mel. Hi, Melly. Hey, babe. Let's see. Okay. How do I get my man to open up about his money and tell me what it is because he never pays when. Okay, wait a minute. Let me read that over. Let me start over because he's your man. Okay. So I'm. Okay, how do I get my man to open up about his money? Okay, and tell me what it is because he never pays when he's supposed to, and he tells me he just didn't have time to go to the bank. Does he not have a debit card? I'm confused. How, what? You don't want him to open up? I don't care. Okay, number one. Okay, first and foremost, I don't want you to open up to me about your money because when you open up, your information about your finances, that puts us in a situation where I care about your issues and your problems. I'm not here to fix that. I don't care if you're struggling or not. If I'm your girl, then you have to be in a financial situation where you're stable and you can afford me. And so since you're his girl, it doesn't matter if he's struggling or not, if he's dating you, if he's with you, he should be able to afford you. And you saying he just didn't have enough time to go to the bank, like unless he's like 80-year-olds carry their money with them. A lot of, not all their money, but they be carrying big bills. That's why I love cowboys. I can rub up against them like a little genie and some money will fall out. Like old people be carrying, they don't trust banks like that. And that's some real stuff. So, your guy, why does he need to pull? Does he not want a money trail? Is he married? Because if he's married, he needs to be paying for the discretion. Married men pay for the discretion, period. It is what it is. If you're married, that's great. And another thing, if you're a married man, um, you don't need to be sleeping with these married men. This, literally, their wives who are benefiting from the lifestyle, their wives who have been promised and vowed for this future, for this life, for all of this, they have debt, meaning your husband's providing all of this for you. So you need to be paying off your debt by putting it down. Your husband can't promise me no future. He can't promise me no life. Like if you get crazy and you want to try to divorce him and he got to cut me off for a little bit and come back around, you know what I mean, when it gets better, when the sun will come out tomorrow. Okay, if you got to do all of that, you need to pay for my future right here and right now. Pay as you go. Okay, pay as you go. So you don't need to be sleeping with a married man paying off another woman's debt. No, no, no. So if your wife is not sleeping with you, I'm definitely not. What? No. So married men that I deal with, I'm not sleeping with them. I refuse to sleep with them. I'm just not gonna sleep with them. But yeah, back to that girl. Is he married? Is your dude married? Does he not want his wife seeing his bank transactions? Like, do you not know he's married? I've had coaching calls with girls who are like, Fancy, never been to his house. I didn't put his information in the thing. Doop de doop de doop. Come to find out he's married. Yeah, oh, you didn't know? Baby, I told you. I gave you the website to look it up. I told you he was married. He was married. So you really have to be careful. If he's not with you for holidays, if he's not, and it's not bad that they're married. It's great. You know what I mean? It's great. You don't have to deal with them 24/7. You don't have to worry about, them blowing you up and stuff like that. They have their own life, their own family. You know what I mean? And get what you get and keep it moving. Evil Kitty Beautiful. Hey, that's my girl. That is my girl. Um, no. Mm-mm. So she said, I started talking to this guy. Okay, let me answer. Okay, your dude that's not trying to pay and stuff, The solution is not asking him about his finances because it doesn't matter. If you're struggling, I don't care. That means we need to break up. You need to get a second job. You need to work your butt off until you can afford me. That's why I tell a lot of you girls, you need to date up. Younger men, especially men who are hard workers and do have good careers, they need to stack their money up. You can use them as tricks, yes, but they cannot, it's not smart for them to even my son. I am a boy mom. That's my baby. That's my angel. I feel as though this, while he's still young, he needs to be investing his money into businesses and companies. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to sit here and be trying to support a woman, at that age. Yes, you know what I mean? If he's sitting here dating a couple girls, da 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 da, whoop de whoop. But to sit here and put a young man who doesn't just have, money like that, even though he might have a good career, you're going to put him in a situation where he never reaches that high value status because he's been too busy investing into you and trying to take care of you. I always suggest dating up because these men have it. They're already together, you know what I mean? And they can afford you along with everything else. In addition to that, younger guys, it's a maturity thing. They're still out there trying to, test the waters. They're trying to get a variety and stuff like that. And you're exposing yourself to games being played. You're exposing yourself to falling in love with a man who's not in a position to even take care of you the way you need to be taken care of. And you're in a position where, a lot of these men aren't ready to settle down yet. So you're wasting your time, and you will fall in love and you will have soul ties because you will be sleeping with him thinking that if I don't sleep with him, somebody else is going to sleep with him. You're going to sleep with him and somebody else and somebody else and somebody else, and he's still not paying the amount of money that he should be. Okay, so I was going to answer. Let me go back. Okay, I started talking to this guy and he says he wants to sustain our communications, but how do I get him to know I don't need him to give me money or something? What do you mean? It doesn't even seem like you know what you want. You said money or something is an option. Money or hugs? Money or something. It should be how do I let him know that he's required to give me money? Period. Not money or something. So a lot of this stuff is a mindset, kind of situation, which I know I heard some feedback and stuff like that. Everybody's at different levels within their journey. You know what I mean? Some girls, are experts when it comes to coming up with responses, but when it comes to being in person and actually, making it happen in person, they're not able to do it. But they can sit here and give great advice or whatever the case is, or vice versa. They're not good, texting over the phone, but in person, for some reason, they're just really good at it. Everybody's different, but when it comes down to it, you have to know what you want. You have to know what you're seeking to attract. You have to know what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. And you have to know, you know what I mean, how long you are willing to, fight for it. Me, I'm not gonna fight, for no money longer than 2 to 3 days. And that's some real stuff. Like I said, real, like real. And I will scare them off. Like, sir, stop, stop. So, let them know. Like I said, are you planning on going on a date with him in real life? Like, you said money or something. So have him take you on a date. Make sure it's an expensive date. That shows him that you like nice things. Dress up, look nice, and repeat. Just everything that I said before. If you don't meet him on a sugar daddy website or what's your price, speaking about money up front will run a guy off. I've had guys that have never been okay investing money into a woman, but once they got with me and they saw the type of woman I was and how I carried myself, I'm not gonna cry and throw a tantrum. I'm just not gonna sit here and do that. But I'm gonna let you know what I expect. I'm gonna give you a chance to sit here and do it. And if you don't, then it's totally okay. I'm not upset. I'm not mad at you. I understand. And bye. It's not a second chance. So, thanks, girl. You give great advice. You're so sweet. Yeah, babe, but I would just stop talking to him. I'll kind of distance myself. And since he's your man, you know what I mean? I would just say, I don't know if you love him. I don't know if you just like him, but I would say, babe, I just kind of need some space. I've been overwhelmed lately. Kind of make some distance. You know what I mean? And once, you know, he sees that you're not playing, just say, I don't know. I just really don't know where we're going with things. I feel as though you might be having some financial issues, and I'm just not comfortable, you know, picking up slack when, you know, you don't have it, and I don't really know your financial situation, and I'm not trying to get into your business, because when he tells you his financial situation, that means at that point you should understand what he's going through. we I don't want to know your financial situation. I'm not trying to get in your business, but I just feel as though maybe this is not the time for us to, you know, pursue what's going on. Either he's going to get with it and start coughing up the money, borrowing it from his mama, his uncle, his other girlfriend, his baby mama, his wife. He needs to do something if he's going to stay with you. But what you're not going to do is care about his sad story and continue to pick up his slack because he did not go to the bank. Dude, cash at me, Venmo me, Zelle me. Like, if you're at a PayPal me, you know, y'all don't PayPal me. I don't F with PayPal. But if y'all don't PayPal, y'all PayPal each other. He don't, no. But that's what I would suggest if you're going to stay with him. I try to give multiple options. Me, I just wouldn't talk to him no more. Because, no, I'm not, Sugar babies, draining. Absolutely, it's sugaring, draining. Dating is draining. Y'all know good and well that y'all get on your own nerves. So you can't tell me these men don't get on your nerves. It's just like, but it's a lifestyle. You know what I mean? Just like somebody who works out into, you know, um, modeling or bodybuilding or whatever, they don't like to eat healthy all the time. They don't like to work out all the time. It's stressful, it gets on their nerves or whatever, but they know the outcome. You know what I mean? So with me not being married, you know, I'm not going to sit here and take a break and be like, okay, well, these guys are getting on my nerves, because we're all getting older. And even though you don't like to believe it, it does get harder with age, because we get more prone to that biological clock, and we become desperate, we become eager, we become antsy, we become, you know, oblivious to the red signs that were flaming red when we were younger, but now it's just like, that's okay, you know, he could be doing worse, but he is, and you just don't know, but you know, but you're pretending like you don't, you know what I mean? So I get tired, but the same thing with a degree. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be an attorney, it's going to suck. But if you take a break, it's going to be harder for you to start back up, and it's going to be harder for you to complete it because you're older, you know what I mean? And it's just like, versus just sticking with it until you get your goal out of it, regardless if that's marriage, regardless if that's, you know, the financial benefit, regardless of what the situation is. But to take a break, I look at the bigger picture. No, it's just my life. So yeah, it gets, you know, tiring, but y'all know how old I am. Yeah, right. She said if they can't afford it, I usually leave them alone. Court shows are loaded with guys claiming the money was a loan. Boy, bye. Period. Absolutely. Mm-mm. No return, no receipt. I'm not gonna give you nothing back. I don't have nothing that belongs to you. Once your money hit my bank account, it's mine. They don't got your name on it. Yes. Evil kitty, she be on it. She don't play. Yes, if you're not confident, you should not be dating, period. I don't care. Men don't pay for women who are not sure of themselves. And that's what I try to tell people. Men don't date younger women because, you know what I mean, they look better. There are so many women that I've had coaching calls in their 50s, in their 40s, that will wipe any 20-year-old, any 19-year-old, any 18-year-old. They talk to these women because they don't know themselves yet. They don't have that much experience. They're easily manipulated. And they will sit here and do anything. Like the show Marrying Millions, I want to do Brianna and her dude, you know, because everybody said that's ideal, ideal. You know what I mean? All that stuff that that man's putting Brianna through with his ex-wives. Oh, my ex-wife was, because Brianna, they went to his house in Cali or something. She was like, where did this liquor come from? He was like, oh, my ex-wife was here last weekend. And she was like, well, babe, I didn't know. He would have not did that to somebody who, you know what I mean? A woman has to know, and I'm not saying in a ghetto ratchet way. I'm not saying it in a masculine way. I'm saying feminine women, high value women, know how to sit here and use their femininity to suggest. And in addition to that, when a man does not do something that, you know, a feminine woman likes, you know, of course we're not controlling men, but we know how to make them feel some type of way. You know, you're going to see it within, you know, us not being there because we're not desperate to stay with you. We know who we are, and if we attracted you, believe me, there's 4 other yous out there. Like, stop. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do a video. I just wanted them to kind of finish their stuff because their stuff is kind of, you know, everybody's like, oh, she gets all this money or oh this or oh that. And so no, I'm gonna break it down. I just wanted to kind of get the obviously, you know, the obvious, you know, crazy relationships out of there. But exactly. When it comes to older women, you know what I mean? We didn't been there, we didn't done that, we didn't been hurt. We know men, we know relationships. We know what it is. You know what I mean? Versus, you know, a younger woman who's just oblivious and she's just happy she has money and she's gonna go with the flow or whatever the case is. You know, so yes, it comes to men preferring women, you know what I mean, in that age category, but those aren't the good men. The good men, they don't prefer, you know what I mean, like babies. If you look good and you take care of yourself, again, women's currency is their beauty, is their appearance, point blank. It is what it is. So I know another girl was like, Fancy, you was encouraging us and supporting us about different body types and all this other stuff, and now you're trying to say that you should work out and stuff like that. Okay, there are men out there. There are men out there who prefer curvier women. There are, and only curvier women. I will say that, but I'm saying the majority of high value men, that's not the preference. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, continue to, you know what I mean, try, you know what I mean, and I don't know why you're not getting. I'm letting you know. I want you to be the healthiest version of yourself. If you have medical issues with the weight or whatever the case is, you know, it's understandable. I understand. But for me to just sit here and say that weight is not an issue, you know, your body type is not an issue, the way you look and the way you carry yourself is not an issue, then I'll be lying to you and I'm just telling you, you know, sweet nothings, because it's nothing for, you know what I mean, a man to sit here and say, oh, you're pretty for a black girl, you're pretty for a big woman, you're pretty for a, you know what I mean, an older lady, you're pretty for a. So yes, the rule is, you know what I mean, you got to be athletic and fit, but I'm not, there's exceptions to the rules. And if you see a high value man with a bigger wife, you know what I mean, it's not because, in a lot of cases, it's not because she looked like that before they got married. That more than likely it happened after, but they're married and it is what it is. But a lot of people like to argue about that, and I'm not, again, I'm not a man, so I can't tell you why. I'm just going to tell you what it is. But I will say this, all men don't like the same thing. I'm going to repeat myself. All men don't like the same thing. You don't have to be up and down. You don't have to be super petite. I'm sure if you sit here and work on your health and you work on being the baddest in the sexiest way version of yourself, then you know what I mean, I feel as though yes, you can attract a very, very good man. You know what I mean? Am I going to say high value or not? There aren't a lot of high value men out there. The percentage is kind of against us, but I'm going to say you can attract a good man. And yes, it's possible. Anything's possible. You could attract a high value man, but it's a less likely chance. You know what I mean? So about cars, say Hondas. Honda is very dependable. Some Hondas look really nice. All the cases. You're not going to just sit here and, you know, be the same weight. Everybody be the same weight. You know what I mean? Because this is what a high value man, you know, wants. No, because if a high value man's woman, if all of their wives look the same, then that means that they're not exotic. They're not different. There's nothing about them. Everybody looks like that. So why would they want it? So yes, I do feel as though skinny, thick, petite, curvy, whatever the case is, yes, men like a variety. Men like, different shades, different flavors, different sizes. But I will say, just make sure you look good for you. And that's all I can say. I know that was a lot, but that's all I can say. Just look good for you. And no, I don't believe that you have to be a certain weight. I don't believe that you have to, you know, I don't know. I don't believe that. But I do feel as though as long as you're healthy for yourself, then that's a good start. And that's that. Well, I know a lot of high value men who don't want a size 1 through 4. I know a lot of high value men that don't want a size 1 through 4. But um men who prefer that's what they prefer. Men who don't, I know a lot of men who like curvy girls. And again, since I'm not like, I'm thick, y'all. I'm thick. I'm thick. I'm a thickums. But if I was a bigger girl, bigger than what I am, then I would be able to tell you. You know what I mean? But since I'm not, then I can't tell you, the likelihood of somebody wanting someone bigger, because that's not my life. Just like I can't tell you what is the percentage that men prefer a girl that's not black over me. I'm not walking around with somebody who's not black, or I'm not another race half the time and then black another half of the time. And I'm going to tell you how many men come up to me when I'm non-black from when I'm black. You feel me? So I don't know, but I ain't met a man that wanted a 1 through a 4, because I'm not. So I don't, you know, so I don't know. Yeah, if you talk and think young, you will attract a lot of drama. Let's see, Evil Kitty. They didn't say, she said something good. Let me read it. Where'd she go? Us 40 plus know and want the younger women to successful through this game, to be successful through this game. I love that. I love that. Like, I know that guy, I'm just going to say that guy on YouTube, he's always stating a size 1 through 4, nothing over 130, 135, and nothing over 27, 26, and all this other stuff. His audience, 90% of his audience is dusty. 90% of his audience is dusty. And then out of that 90%, no, out of the 10% that's left, like 8%, of the non-dusty, because dusty can be men and women. Out of the 10% who's not dusty, there's 8% who are women. You know what I mean? And that's just observing what he's saying and where he's coming from and stuff like that. And then there's a 2%. I'm just going to say 2% high value, because I can't say there's no high value men over there. But at the end of the day, like, anytime he has a show for high value men, you never hear a high value man on the phone. You never ever hear a high value man on the phone. Most of his audience is women too. And I feel like it's because he's a man. But I feel like this, as a man, how many high value men have you attracted? And he says that he's a dating coach or a image consultant, and his high value men tell him everything. It's not true, because I was dealing with a friend. I think when my homegirl, she did us on a double date. Both these guys, they're friends, they make a lot of money. And there was like, don't play with Fancy, she a killer. You know what I mean? And I started talking to the guy, and remember, the guys were best friends. And so, exactly, dust mites. And so the guys were best friends. And my best friend was like, Fancy, your dude said that you said something, something, something. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't true. And I said, how do you know? Why would he say something like that? He said, I don't know. That's what he told my guy. So I believe it's true. And I was like, girl, let me put you on 3-way. So we put him on 3-way, and he did, like, he was like, his friend would never sit here and spend money like that. Put her on 3-way with us. He didn't know that she was on 3-way. And everything he was telling his dude was nothing like our real relationship. So anything that this man's gonna tell you that his clients, quote unquote, tells him within their like sessions and stuff, a man is never gonna be real to another man. He's just going to show the best sides of himself, and he's not going to show how a woman like played him, or how a woman had, him wrapped around her finger, or whatever the case was. He would have never admitted that he did this or paid for this or spent this amount of money. He would never tell that to, oh, well, I got her whipped. Oh, boy, you better go. You better. Mm, mm. So no, and that's how you look at it. How many high value men have he attracted? How many high value men have he sat here and been in a relationship with? How many high value men have proposed to him? How many high value men have he been married to? He hasn't. So what can he really tell you except for the opinions that he wants? If he wants a girl that's a size 1 through 4, that's what he wants. If he wants a girl that's 26 and younger, that's what he wants. And for what I know, he's a high value man because he says he is. And from what I know, he's a high value man from the money he makes on YouTube. So prior to YouTube and prior to his channel blowing up, he wasn't a high value man. So with this being said, you can only take something so far. So no, if every high value man or most wanted girl that's 1 through 4, all the women are just going to be looking the same. Yes, weight's important. People carry weight differently. Again, I will not sit here and stop telling you. Y'all see me. I'm 180 pounds. 180. 180. I'm 5'6". And I've showed you. I'm heavy up top, I'm heavy down bottom, and my stomach's flat. So just had the girls here for a event, and I don't know. I didn't wear my waist trainer this weekend, but so, and I'm not a size 1 or 4. No, I'm just not. So exactly, and Carmen's bad. Period. Let them know. And my 180 ain't stopped nobody. So again, I'm not going to say that you have to be a certain age because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe that you have to be a certain weight, but I do feel as though you need to look good for your frame. Your frame. Like I think the lightest I've ever been was before pregnancy. I think I was like 139, 140, and I looked so skinny. When I looked back at my old YouTube videos, because somebody found my old YouTube videos when I was pregnant with my baby, and I was trying to poke out my stomach and show my little pregnancy belly, I was so skinny. I was skinny. I was like, girl, you better go. So you have to, I feel like everybody's frame carries weight differently. Yes, some men might like petite women or whatever the case is. But hey, if I'm not for you, I'm not for you. And I'm not for everybody. And you're not for everybody. So, yeah. Exactly. She says UK size 12, US size 8, and curvy, top and bottom. I get mine. And I feel the same way. Again, he can only speak for himself. I feel like a lot of his topics, I feel like they're interesting. You know what I mean? How do I know? Because I've seen his shows. I've seen some of his shows. And so especially when y'all tell me to, like, y'all wanted me to do a review or whatever, but a lot of y'all are like, nah, Fancy, don't, because a lot of his dusties will come over and we wouldn't feel safe over here anymore. So I'm just really not. But I just feel like it's just not valid, and that's just one man's preference. And it is what it is. It's just one man's preference. So just like if a high value man only likes a certain race, that doesn't mean all high value men only like a certain race. So, oh, she said you wear 180 in the right way. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm not trying to lose no weight either. I'm not trying to lose no weight. None. Oh, London. Yes. But Evil Kitty, you bad though. You sexy. You cute. So, all y'all are so pretty. Like literally when the girls started walking in, like y'all were everything. They was running up and hugging me. I said, stop being fake. I ain't nobody. Y'all don't be running up to me like this. Like I'm famous. Y'all better stop playing. Like on the Sugar Baby event when I met y'all are so, like, the girls were so, like, so gorgeous. All different shapes, all different heights, all different races. Like, you know, everybody was different. And with that being said, like, I loved it. I loved the bonds. I loved the sisterhood. Again, we had like, did we have, no, we didn't even have issues like that. we didn't even have issues. I think the only issue, the main issue we had, well, wasn't a main issue, was when they had to draw to see who was going to sit here and go to a shared room. But as y'all can see, because I didn't get to record the Airbnb prior to everybody getting there, and some people didn't want to be on camera, so I respected that. So I had to do it as I was cleaning up. And y'all can see it was nice. There was only two girls that shared a bed, but they were cousins and they wanted to share the bed. And they had their own private room and they had a big queen bed. So, like, it was, I felt like everybody had space and everybody was comfortable. And I like that. Exactly. She said, I must admit, his popularity is due to his channel basically being entertainment and bashing ladies. And I agree. I feel as though, yes, some of the topics that he's speaking about is very valid. Very, very, very valid. You know what I mean? And I feel as though there are a lot of things that we need to work on, especially mental health and recovering, from the things that we've experienced in our past that we were exposed to from childhood and things that we allowed ourselves to go through and the things that we continue to attract. You understand? And the things that we continue to attract is because it's something within us that's attracting that. You tend to attract what you are. And so I believe a lot of the things, but he's mixing a lot of his opinions, with facts. So it sounds good. And a lot of the dusties, you know what I mean, who can never afford a high value woman is like, oh yeah, she not even, like, he kept on giving Beyonce like he said Beyonce's like a 9 or an 8 or something like that. And I'm saying, like, to who? Like, if y'all like Beyonce, that's you. But I don't even, like, I wouldn't say that she's 8 or 9. And I feel like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I feel like she's pretty, but I just feel as though there are a lot of beautiful women. And if beauty was the only thing, you know what I mean, behind having, being able to carry yourself, having that confidence, having mental health, knowing what you want in life, you know what I mean, having your own, so a man is not able to sit here and come in and control you and leave you with nothing. You know what I mean? Y'all didn't seen celebrities and stuff divorce their baby moms, people who sat here and helped them get to where they are and left them with nothing. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to tell you versus him telling you how to, you know get through a situation. He's making fun of you and saying, you know what, that's why you single, that's why you never gonna get a man, that's why you in no man's land, that's why you in a danger zone, that's why you can never, that's why, you know what I mean. I just feel like when people put women down, especially, I'm going to speak because I'm a black woman, especially black women, people find it entertaining. People think it's funny. That's why they laughed at Megan Thee Stallion getting shot in both of her feet. They thought it was funny. You know what I mean? Or about Megan Thee Stallion being so tall, they wanted to call her a man. Megan's pretty. Like, just because she's tall, you know what I mean? You have to be tall to be a model, a runway model. So, like, I just feel like when people make fun of black women, you know what I mean, people just love that. They eat it up and they just feed off of it. And I feel as though his channel is aimed for single black women, and black women are feeling as though if a black man tells me why I'm single, then that's why I'm single, and it's right. So I just, I don't, he doing his thing, he making that money, he entertaining, his platform is popping. So I ain't never been no hater. I ain't been no hater. Shoot, I'll sit here and go get me a cup of wine and tune in every now and then. Cause like I'm just like, why? Like, you've been on here 3, 4, 5 times. Cause I think he said a girl keeps on stalking him and coming back on there just for him to embarrass her. And I was just broken. She's so used to abuse. Women are like, they're so used to seeking validation from a man. Oh, well, I'm going to prove to him why I don't agree with him and he's going to agree with me. And if I can get this man to agree with me, then that means I'm worth something. I feel as though a lot of women are drawn to, his abuse because that's what they're drawn to within their relationships. And I feel as though it's abuse. Like, I feel as though his shows are boring when he talks to men. Nobody wants to watch it. People tune out. But when he talks to the women and try to get them on camera, or he tries to, rate them in his opinion, like, and he said that he's an image consultant or something like that, or whatever the case is. Like, again, to each their own. To each their own. Yes, they said, "Can you just rate me?" And he's all like, "I'm not even rating people on this show." That's how he be like. It's just like people seek validation from this man. Like, who is he? Like, who are like, dude, y'all. So, but he doing his thing though. He doing his thing. Yeah, he'll sit here. She said I listen to him when I work out as my motivator. He'll sit here and make you starve yourself. He'll sit here and make you jump off something. He'll sit here and make you want to do something about it. And I feel like if you could take it as motivation, by all means, because it does matter. If a man's going to spend his money on you, you need to be able to continue to evolve. Evolve with age like wine, take care of your skin, your health, all of that. If a man's going to take care of you, you need to be able to, maintain your appearance. Just because you got a high value man, a lot of these men out here are sleeping with women and they have wives who didn't sit here and blew up, but they're not going to divorce their wives because that's their money. Half their money, they're going to lose half their money, so they're going to expose their wives to STDs, to everything. You know what I mean? And mm-mm. I need to know if my husband's sleeping with somebody. I need to know because that means I ain't got to do it. I ain't got to do it. Okay, you taking care of all my bills. I ain't got to do it. Right. Exactly. And that's why I tell you, girls, you gotta love yourself more than anything. And I tell you, like I said, don't be trying to go on this next sugar baby thing with me if you have a lot of things that you need to work out for yourself. And then including that, Vegas is cutthroat. Like there are gonna be a lot of girls in Vegas that are extracurricular activity workers, because a lot of y'all don't know. But if you haven't been to Vegas, a lot of girls, that's their job. So they're out there to devour men. And so I literally, if you want somebody to hold your hand and walk you up to a guy and us to talk to him together and stuff like that, like Vegas isn't the trip to do that. If you want to come on a event, come to Dallas. And since I'm familiar with Dallas and stuff like that, baby, I'll hold your hand, whatever you need. But Vegas is not the time. Vegas is definitely, a bonding time for, to meet like-minded women, you know what I mean, to sit here and get that extra and then get out there, you know what I mean, and already be about, knowing what you need and what you require for yourself. So I just wanted to go to Vegas for Halloween, and I figured that why not make it a trip? I know a lot of you girls are coming from Cali, and a lot of y'all wanted to come do or die, period. So okay, so the spots for YouTube are gonna open up next week. And again, I can't have as many as last time. I literally only went over. Last time I was supposed to have 5 girls, but they all filled up within the private group, and I didn't have any extra spots for you girls. So that's when y'all didn't know. I didn't even stay at the Airbnb. I literally went down the street. I went home. I went home every night. I went home. So yeah, I had to get my bed away because everybody's like, please, please, can we come? We're really going through something. You know what I mean? It was just always something. I'm like, I just can't say no. I'm just like, okay, you know what? Maybe her having this community, maybe her having, this support. Because a lot of you girls don't understand. You're not the only one alone. You're not the only one who feels as though you have nobody who understands your lifestyle. That's why I always say leave your name, leave your age, leave where you're from, so y'all can sit here and connect. That's why the private group that we have on Facebook, these girls didn't have meet and greets within Atlanta or within all kinds of places. They didn't sit here and take pictures together. They didn't make best friends. They didn't just sit here and really, taking advantage of stuff, because it's not easy doing it alone. It's not easy going through something by yourself, and it's hard. It takes a lot. So just to have, a community is everything. So I'm opening it up tomorrow within the group, and I'm opening it up Sunday, Sunday or Monday, Sunday or Monday for the thing. And I'm thinking if we do the 2 condos that's on the strip, if we do the 2 condos that's actually on the strip, and I think they have um, a, a shuttle that can take us all to Caesar's Palace, because that's kind of where I want to go. I like a few spots. So, but if we're off the strip, it's a house, and I think it only had like 6 beds. I think it only had like 6 beds. And y'all, I can't be down the street. I need a bed this time. I'm staying in an Airbnb this time. Y'all not gonna kick me out. Okay? I'm staying. I don't want to have a slumber party. Shoot. So, so I need a bed this time. So if we do away from the strip and we have to actually Uber to the place, I kind of want us to all be in an SUV. My best friend, her SUV can fit 8 people, and that's what her driving, me in the front, and then 6 other people. So, like, number one, I'm not renting a car, and number two, it's only gonna be one of me. So I can't be in 2 Ubers, and I just want y'all. I want y'all to feel comfortable. I don't want to have to be like, is that Uber following us? What if that Uber man tries to kidnap them? At least if I'm in the Uber with y'all, I'm crazy. Like, shoot, I will risk stabbing him in his eye to take the wheel to save us. He not finna sell us into no trafficking. He not. Y'all don't understand. I don't be playing. So I kind of wanted to be, and then not only that, the house, again, it only has 6 beds. So that means it has 5 beds. That means that, listen, how can I have y'all trying to pay your way and y'all be in a sleeping bag in the living room? Like, that's just trifling. So, yeah. Let me see. Which island? I'm from the Chicago. I'm coming back to Chicago. I'm gonna have fun in Canada. All right. So, I guess I'm gonna talk to you girls later. And oh, email me about the group. But yeah, even if you're not able to make the trip, it's nice to be able to connect. We literally have girls that are in a total different time zone. So when we're awake, they're asleep. I mean, yeah, when we're awake, they're asleep, and vice versa. So we have everybody over there. So, all right, y'all. Did y'all have any other questions? No. Y'all, I will stab him in the eye for y'all. Y'all don't understand. I will stab him. Okay. So, y'all, I get so protective. Like, if y'all are with me, y'all are with me. And I think, okay, so we went to this really, really nice place, and it was it Fort? No, because we had 2 girls leave early. We had 2 girls leave early, so we were short 2 girls, but we had 12. So downstairs, I said we have a group of 12, and they were just like, oh no, upstairs is reservation only, and downstairs is kind of full for 12, so y'all are not going to be able to. I said, oh, well, can we look around? So we go upstairs, and once we went upstairs, we're waiting at the little booth for the stairs, and the lady said, how can I help you? I said, oh, they told us downstairs to go ahead and come up. You can sit 12. And she was like, oh, did they say that? I was just like, yeah. And she was just like, okay, let's go. Y'all not gonna say no. What? You fake it till you make it. She sat us, and we sat comfortably next to each other in 2 big booths. Like, y'all not gonna say no. So, y'all, I'm real crazy. Like, so I wouldn't be able to do the 2 SUVs because I'm gonna freak out. Like, I would freak. I'd be like, is my other girls okay? Is anybody being disrespectful? I need y'all to all be in my little huddle so I can protect you. Okay, she said, how to get a guy to spend money on you when he knows you're rich. Well, first and foremost, a guy shouldn't know your business, but if he just knows that you're wealthy, or you come from a wealthy family, or you have it going on, your expectations. Just because you have money, which I have a lot of women who, in coaching calls, that make well over 6 figures by themselves, they're living good. And it's hard for them to attract a high value man because low value men are going after them because they want to be taken care of. And when you have a lot of money, especially if you climbed up that ladder, you competed with other men. And when you compete with other men, and often, I mean, in roles like that, you know what I mean? In corporate America, it makes you masculine. It's very masculine because you're competing with a man, you know, so that makes it harder for you not to compete with men when it comes to your personal and everyday life. It's so hard to separate work from home. And so when you make a lot of money, it becomes intimidating because men seem to feel as though, well, me spending this amount of money on you, you can do that for yourself, so you don't really appreciate it. I should take care of this receptionist, or I should take care of this teacher, or I should take care of this person because they're not used to life and like this, and they're gonna appreciate it more. So first and foremost, don't let a man know your business, and then second, um, make it a requirement, just like anything else. Everything else, it's a requirement. You don't have an option. Why should I spend my money? And if I do, I have no purpose for you. I might as well be by myself. Like, no. So if it's not an option, then they can't take it. So, love you too, babe. Y'all are everything. Yes. It's a requirement. It's not something that you need. When you're needy, you look homeless. You look desperate. You look like they want something in return. If I'm going to do that for you, what are you going to do for me? That's how it looks. You know what I mean? If you require it, it's just like to maintain her, to keep her attention, to even be an option as to her even wanting to spend time with me. I'm going to have to. That's why y'all see like a lot, if I'm dealing with a younger guy, yes, they're going to be a trick because they don't have it like that. They don't have it like that. And the only time they can hang out with me if they want to spend their whole check. And I will take that check. I will take all of it. And then I'll see you the next time you can afford it. So you just collect up, and they know what it is. So I don't really come across, a lot of girls are like, well, how do you deal with the younger men who get mad? Because again, they're going to get mad. Men get mad when they don't have it. It's not tricking if you got it. You're not a trick. Money's not a problem. You're not tricking on women if you got it like that. You understand? So with that being said, the only people who have issues with it, dude, you don't even have enough money to be a trick. That's what it is. You don't even have enough money to trick on a woman if you wanted to. That's why you're mad. So, yeah, make it a requirement. Don't make it like you need it. Make it like they don't have an option but to do that because everybody else does it. So why would you settle for someone who doesn't do it? Mm. Oh no, I'm crazy. My son no. My son knows. He was like, I can't say it, but my mama gonna be mad. I don't play, y'all, when it comes to like, if you're with me, you're with me. That's why it can't be like me and one girl and you're trying to talk to me. No, you're gonna take care of both of us. You're gonna pay for both of us. You're gonna take care of everything. You know what I mean? So, um, right. Most men lead with their money as leverage because it will impress. So when they have it, they make it known. Like the money is like the resume. You know what I mean? If you don't have money, that's unfortunate. You might need to, figure out something, but I'm not going to help you figure it out. When a man has a problem and a woman steps up offering advice, offering suggestions, this is another thing. If a man's complaining about work, if he's complaining about something that's going on within his life, if he's complaining, it's not your job to offer advice. It's your job to emotionally support him, to be understanding, to listen. It is very masculine to sit here and suggest and try to help him. You are not his mother. You are not in his position. And even if he appreciates the help, I'm just saying, if y'all want to know, I'm going to let you know. Even if he appreciates the help, that definitely flips over the role. That's why I said, do not ask that man about his finances. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care how much money you make. If you're gonna spend time with me, if you're gonna spend money, and I'm not gonna sit here and try to be like, oh, you just taking me somewhere nice. No. The first date on a man that I meet freestyling, or a man that I meet on a non-dating situation, a non-sugar daddy situation, he knows after the first date that he's gonna have to cough up some money, and if he doesn't want to do that, I'm okay with that. Just like on a first date, he's gonna sit here and let you know that he wants some cookie. Oh, well, it's about that time. I'm a little tired. You want to go watch a movie or something? Nah, Ninja, you tired. Go to sleep. Night, night, Ninja, night, night. No, what are we going to go watch a movie? You're tired. Like, what are you? No. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. I'll be like, oh, babe, I'm bored. I don't have anything else to do. Let's go shopping and spend some of your money. Let me help you. Let me help you keep that black card. When they have a black card, they have a certain amount of money they have to spend. Let me help you spend that money. I will do it. So help them in that way. Everything else they can figure it out. Adam didn't need Eve for anything except for company. He didn't need her help naming the animals. He didn't need her help taking care of the animals. He didn't need her help doing none of that. Men don't need us for any of that. It's not our jobs. It's not in our job description. Like, no, they don't need you to have them when they don't have it. If they don't have it, they don't need to be doing it. If they can't afford you, they don't need to be with you. So, how do I get what across on the first date? Oh yeah, I'll spell it out. I'll spell it out because if it's an older man, if it is okay, if a guy is if a guy is like 10 years older than you at like if he's 10 years older than you, then he should know. Like he should know it's not gonna be weird for you just to come out the blue, and that's small. And for who y'all who didn't know, y'all asked before. I said y'all know how old I am. I'm 29. So if a guy is 39 years old, I make it clear to him. I'm like, you are just so old. You know what I mean? Even though I don't deal with 39-year-olds like that. You are just, I need them to know how old they are because I'm not with you because you're just this young buck that, I need you to understand that you're old, and because you're old and because I am young and because you're not talking to someone within your age group, you're gonna have to sit here and compensate me in finances. If a man's old, and I prefer to go 55, 50 to 55 and above, I will go 45, but I know I'm gonna have to put in a lot of work, and I don't like to put in a lot of work. It's very stressful. How do I cope with being drained? I deal with older men. Older men, I'm not gonna say they don't play games because they play just as many games, but they get tired faster. And I like that. I don't like to have to wear you down, and I'm not gonna do all that. Younger men will test it. Oh, she don't know the kind of man I am. She don't know I can have this one, and this one. And then they're gonna sit here and leave you. And typically when a man leaves, a woman will sit here and get insecure and be like, okay, let me reach back out to him, because that's how I get the phone calls. Fancy, I thought we had a great time at dinner, and he's 39 and he hasn't called back, and I reached out multiple times and I don't know what to do. So he hasn't spent money. He didn't follow back up. Like, what do you mean? Move on. Like, obviously, he wanted something easy. Obviously, he's used to women chasing after him. Obviously, I told you not to go younger because you're going to deal with men playing games, and they will sit here and make you chase. They will sit here and make you beg. They will sit here and try to wait you out. But if you crazy like me, you got to be crazy. If you crazy, you will sit here and have them crying. So I'm not gonna chase a man. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna blow up a man. I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let them go about their business, and they're gonna come back around. They're gonna circle back around. And then at that time, he knows you're not gonna chase after him. He understands he's gonna have to sit here and do what you require him to do. And if he's not, then sir, we're not doing this again. Bye. And then be done with it. But older men, they tend not to, be willing to lose you because they feel as though they don't have their youth anymore. They're still trying to live that young boy life. They're in denial. They want to still feel young again. They want to feel as though they can attract, a nice woman like they could when they was younger. So, what fancy? How do you ask for money or bring it up with a guy that you've turned down money from several? What? No, ma'am. Okay, this is what I don't understand. Y'all gonna have to explain this to me because y'all saw it for the first time. I see this in my coaching calls. Fancy, I don't want them to feel as though I'm desperate and stuff, and so I turned down money multiple times, and now he's not asking about it no more, and I don't know how to bring it up now. What? Ma'am, if you're turning down something, that means that you don't want it, you're offended by it, or I'm supposed to be going out on this date. Hold on. Okay, let me hear you. Y'all be taking forever, and I'm not even dressed. So, he thinks you're offended. Why is he gonna continue to bring it up? He's gonna feel as though you're this independent. No, I'm not independent. I'm not. I told you already. Claim me on your taxes. Like, stop. No, like, offend you. You know, maybe I didn't waste my stuff. Offend you? No. When you turn down money, like it just shows the type of woman you are. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need help from anybody. You don't need a man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, mm-mm. So how do you bring it up? You don't, and you talk to someone else. But if you want to, then just bring it up. Just say, hey, how would you even say it? See, I'm not good with things. I ain't crazy. Some people be like, you not gonna turn my money down twice. um, what would you say? Y'all, let's come up with this together. Um, I know I didn't turn your money down, but I wouldn't talk to him anymore. I wouldn't even be able to come back. I'm not gonna turn down money. That's first foremost. I'm just not gonna turn it down. Yes, if it's not the amount of money that I require, yes, I'm not gonna take it, baby. I'm sorry, that can't help me. But if you wanted to really do something and be the man that I'm used to, be the type of man that I'm used to dealing with, then this is what I'm expecting. And then tell him how much your money you're expecting. That's the only time I turn down money, if it's not enough. But if it's like, oh no, I don't need your help, I got it, it's very masculine. It's very masculine. Saying, you know what, I know you're a man, I know you're a provider, I know you've offered money, but I'm the man, I'm the provider. So I don't need it. I probably wouldn't talk to him anymore because I'm not really sure what to say. Like, I do need money, or now you're gonna have to make up a reason why you need money, and it won't be a requirement anymore because you turned it down, and you don't turn down people who meet the qualifications. So now you got me talking to myself, girl. I can't even read the comments. I'm over here like, B, what would you say? Nothing. Or if they say it's, oh no, they would never say it's, no, 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 love. That's why I stay away from Bumble. That's why I stay away from Tinder, OK Cupid. That's why even uh no, I'm gonna save that for another one. But I wouldn't talk to him anymore. I just, because at this point, since you turned down money in the past, for you to ask for money now, he's gonna know what has changed, and you're gonna have to say either the truth. I was playing games, and I just wanted to try to be the man, or you're gonna have to say something bad happens. Like, I need money for this, and that makes you look needy and desperate. So how would you make it a requirement if you turned it down before? You don't turn. I wouldn't talk to him anymore. She said, I'd say, baby, I didn't want you to think I wasn't attracted just to your sex appeal, which we both know I am. Due to that, I can't say it. My landlord is raising my rent unexpectedly, and you're the only man I trust. Again, you're in a desperate situation. If my landlord raised the rent, that shouldn't be an issue, and it still doesn't make it a requirement. That means anytime following that, you're gonna have to sit here and have another excuse. So if you want to use an excuse with him, then by all means. That's not my style. I don't like excuses because it's not a requirement. You got to continue to ask after that, and when you continue to ask, it doesn't look good. It doesn't make a man feel good. So don't turn down money no more. Don't do it. Y'all are not the only one. Tell him it was a test. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Y'all, I told you it was 2 options to make up an excuse, or tell him, baby, I was just playing. Y'all can't be playing with these men. You don't want them to play with you. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Say you owe the IRS. See, I'm running from the po-po and I'm too pretty to go to jail. You gonna have to come up with something creative, and it's gonna be like you need something versus a requirement. So that's, and it's, we're learning as we go. He is not the last man that's gonna sit here and offer you money. I'm just saying there are not a lot of, I'm not gonna say there's not a lot of good men, but a lot of good men, of course, are married because they're good men and they're married. And so a lot of the men who are out there, obviously, you know what I mean, they're gonna make you play, they're gonna play games. So if you're playing games and he's playing games, you're you're playing games. You're wasting a lot of time. I'm just gonna say that. And he seemed like a good man. And the funny thing is, it's not funny. You're not the only one in that situation. I had so many girls, and I've told them the same thing. I wouldn't talk to him anymore because I don't like appearing as though I like I'm needy. I'm needy. You know what I mean? And I don't like to always have to ask. And when you have make it a routine where you have to ask over and over, no, I wouldn't talk to him. So, or y'all could take one of these. It was a test. I was just joking. No, they said ask for a ransom. There's too many things that's been going on with kids. I don't play. I don't like speaking death. I mean, I won't speak death. I won't entertain that. So I'm not going to say anything like that. Just like in that book, what was the book y'all like? Y'all like that one book? It reminds me of the guy that we were talking about, Just for Entertainment. It's a very entertaining book, but how can a man tell you what's going to work? You know what I mean? Like, stop. But just like, you know, he hasn't said any positive things like, how do you say, learning a language. You know what I mean? You know, having learning just different skills and just different traits and different things to, you know, separate you from the rest, you know, staying in shape, you know, having something of your own, and not because you need it to contribute, just to have something that you can put to the back. Because a man's money, you know, my money is my money, his money is my money too, and it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and loan you. I'm not going to sit here and help you out. I'm not going to sit here and invest into your business so you can take care of us in the future. I'm not going to be a writer. If you go to jail, you will be in there. You better sit here and get on one of those websites where people women marry, desperate women marry men in jail. That's what it is. You don't just see men looking for women in prison. You just don't see it, but you see women, a whole, you know, I just watched a show. One of you emailed me. Y'all be putting me on shows. I don't even be having time. I literally try to watch in between my coaching calls, or watch in between. I was going to pull up my son's tablet because I've been trying to do homework with him. Like, my baby is with my mom. I told him to go over there for like 2 weeks. I told her I wanted to quarantine only because we went out with all the girls and we both had asthma, so I wouldn't want him to get sick. So my baby's gone for 2 weeks, so I've been FaceTiming him to do his homework with him. So I kept his iPad so I can do the iPad with him and he can just tell me the answers or whatever. But neither here nor there. What was I saying? I was saying something about what? Was it a show? Okay, so these people in prison, these men are in prison and they're literally asking, hey, baby, I went out last night with the girls, the other prison wives and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, so how much did you spend? Ninja, what? You've been in prison for 10 years? This is not your money? Shut. And the girls, they just want somebody to talk to. They just want somebody to love them, somebody that can't cheat on them with another woman, because he in there with all them ninjas, so you don't know what he's doing. Like, and he has a nerve. And then one girl on the show, I don't know the name of the show, but y'all probably know, she literally was effing with this dude when they were young, like in high school. They haven't talked for 10 to 15 years. And all of a sudden, she gets a Facebook message from him. A lot of you girls like people coming in your DMs on Facebook and stuff. But I don't know. Whatever works for you. I just feel like men who go in DMs and Facebook messages and stuff like that, they're thirsty and they're just looking for booty calls. Like, just messaging people. You know what I mean? But regardless of the fact. So, she's going to get a Facebook message from him after 15 years and she's going to get excited. And then come to find out, it's him, and he's been in jail for like 2 years, and I think he has a life sentence. He has a life sentence, and guess what she did? he proposed to her after a month. I mean, a month or two. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. But he proposed soon, and they got married. And he proposed so they can have conjugal visits, because you have to be married to an inmate for 3 years if you married them after the time they've been in there, just to know it's real. And you have to be married to them before you can have conjugal visits or whatever. So she didn't sat here and married this man. He didn't want you when he was free. He didn't even want you until he got into prison. And he's not even doing 10 years, 15, 20. He's life in prison, and you're just hoping he might get paroled. And then if he gets paroled, he's going to divorce you because he didn't want you before prison. He only wants you because he's in prison. And he, like, so if that's going to be, well, that's not going to be y'all. If that's going to be them, if that's gonna be them, that's gonna be them. But that's not gonna be us. That's not gonna be us. So, good morning, gorgeous. Period. Wait. What she say? What she say? She said, "Age no, prison birds are not for me, and most of them that come up have a whole load of women lined up." Yep, every woman's paying a different bill. Putting more money on their books. Every woman sitting here coming up doing a little something different from them on the video calls. Twerk something. You should have saw. She was trying to be nasty on the video call. I said, for what? To get him aroused for the men? I said, shut up. I said, girl, stop. We could not be friends. I'm not just gonna. I'd be okay with my friends living their life and make it. Well, I don't. Y'all are my only friends. Like my best friend and y'all are my only friends. I don't fuck with people. Now my stuff gonna get demonetized. I don't F with people like that. But I'm not gonna be okay with, like, girl. Like, no. No, ma'am. So, y'all got me cussing. Let me shut up. So she said, nah. Yeah. And then the man loved the girls that didn't F with them in prison. Like, that's who they go back to. The girl that didn't hold him down. So, the girl that moved on. The girl that showed him that he's not the only one. Like, those are the girls that the prison birds go back to. And what do you want? Like, I'm not going to say just because you went to prison you can't be a boss or whatever. I know some felons that, they said they went to prison once. I didn't know that when they was felons. I knew that when they became bosses. So I know some felons that, I know one. I know a felon who, has a multi-million dollar company now. But, I don't really know, I don't know. But I'm not, So, yes, why get that man hot and bothered to go back in the cell? You better shut up. You're not gonna be sitting here with my picture and stuff looking at me nasty. I'm shook. Y'all be sending me some weird shows to watch. I'd be like, no, never. Oh, no, you're my bestie. You better stop it. Okay. Girl, yes. I hope you did good on your exam. We have not been doing anything but cussing and getting demonetized and being nasty. Girl, you didn't miss nothing. Like, nothing. She said, for 180, what size pants do you wear? I don't be wearing pants. Y'all, I don't like panties. I don't like pants. I like leggings. I wear leggings. I hate jeans. Okay, you know what? I wear Fashion Nova jeans. And my Fashion Nova jeans be uh around the waist. They be like, is it like, y'all gonna make me get up and find. I have like one pair of, I think they're like 6'7". I think like 6'7". Because I don't know if those come in medium, large, small, or numbers. I have one pair of jean shorts, and I have I think one pair of jeans. I hate wearing jeans. I hate wearing jeans. So I don't know. I like a lot of dresses. I like a lot of leggings. I like a lot of skirts. I like a lot of girl. I like to be naked. I'm in Texas. I need a breeze. Like I need to be comfortable. I need to be cool. I need to be like an icebreaker. But no, like I don't know. So I don't know. Um, I don't know. Y'all are asking me these hard questions. I'm not sure. I don't. I don't know. But like, if it's a dress, I feel like this. It depends, cause I am top heavy, like very top heavy. Like I wear like a 34. I have to go to the 34 because if I do it smaller, it's not gonna fit my cup size. 34 like a H. I feel like I'm 34H. I bare necessities is where I found my bras. Y'all are like, where do you find your bras that aren't super thick on the straps? They have really full cover, like they hold your cups, and they're very cute and sexy bras. They're like so cute. So bare necessities, I have to order online at Victoria's Secret because they're can you be a a shapist? They're shapists. Because they definitely don't fit me. I was just like, no. But so in shirts, if it has cleavage, then I can fit small, medium. But if it don't have cleavage, it has to be like a large. Cause like literally, I had some shirts made. My best friend made some shirts for y'all. It was so freaking cute, and she told me to try it on. And it was literally the shirt fit perfectly, but when she put the things over it, like literally, it smashed my chest like this, and it popped the vinyl. And I was like, dang, well, I busted out of that. Like I didn't bust it right through that. So it just really depends. I like stretchy stuff. Fancy when I be hit up with them feelings like -40 weather. You be wearing leggings with jeans over them. See, that's why I gotta stay in Texas because I can't do colds. I cannot do colds. Um, and when it's cold outside, I'm in a house. Like y'all not finna. That's why I had to have garages where I live. I always had to have a garage in the building because I can't be going from a parking lot to the. I can't. I don't like getting wet when I go outside, and I don't like being cold. So no. Hey, baby, Tia, Tia, you are so pretty, girl. Yes. My daughter hates jeans. She prefers leggings and calls them soft pants. Oh, that is so cute. That's why I couldn't have no. I can't have no more kids, y'all. I refuse to. I don't want to have them. I got my angel, but I love like y'all. I'll adopt your kids. I'm just not finna. Not finna do that. Yes, I hate jeans. Like I just hate it. Like oof. I do not like them. Yes, bare necessities. I love them. Canadian and Celsius, not Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So sorry. Me too. I'm a 34H. I'll look into bare necessities. Yes. And when I tell you it's so poor, y'all don't understand. Like the the little itty bitty committee, y'all can wear the same exact blouse and it looks super well, not classy, but it doesn't look like too much. It doesn't look too sexy. But then if we put it on, we just listen here, a P star. I'm gonna say a P star. We just looking like we about to sit here and give somebody a little dance. So oh, thank you. He is such an angel. He says, "Mom, you was hanging out with all the ladies this weekend, and you didn't think for me to come. I wanted to cook them something." I was like, "Oh, y'all, he's such a ladies' man. He is such a ladies' man." Okay. Literally just going to Canada. See, I feel like this year is gonna be my first year that I don't think I'm gonna dance. I'm not dancing for the rest of the year. I don't even know if I'm gonna go back to dancing because like I don't know. I don't know. I miss being on stage. I just don't miss with the situate the health, the germs, and face to face, and people being disrespectful, and like a guy can't see you past your mask, and it's just you. It's not realistic. I haven't been back into a club since, but I can't possibly see how people are being healthy and safe, and they're not even healthy outside of the situation. And I feel as though if you trying to do extracurriculars back there and you not worried about these guys having sores and all these other kind of stuff, and you just doing whatever, acting like they clean and stuff, how can you care about this so-called thing people think is controversial? No. I'm not finna do it. I'm not finna be over there, and I'm just not gonna do it. So this year, since this winter, since it's gonna be the first winter that I'm not dancing, I feel like I want to wear my natural hair all winter. Because number one, like, you know what I mean, I don't want to wear it in the summertime because it's hot and it's humid and it's just too much, and I just don't want to put that much heat on it. And then number two, I feel as though this is going to be the perfect winter, and I'm excited because I haven't worn my natural hair consistently since I was like young, since I was like a baby, like a little girl. So I think this is going to be the first year that I do it. Not that y'all cared, but I just, we talking about winter and summer and stuff, so, you know. So after Halloween, like, I'm gonna just sit here and do my hair. Okay. Okay. So he says, do I give advice for boys? And I say no because I'm not a boy. Like, I can't give advice on someone or something that I'm not, and something that I haven't experienced. So I would say no. That's why I try to tell people, like, regardless of your race or where you're from, like, the girls are like, well, how can I get a guy in Europe or whatever? I'm not in Europe. And if what I'm saying helps you, then great. But, or you know what I mean, if a girl, because I haven't had the race situation, well, how do I do it if I'm a blonde or whatever? But say I was, a white girl, I wouldn't just be able to sit here and be like, as a black woman, I know what you experienced, so go about it this way. I don't know. Just like as far as being plus size or whatever, I'm not, bigger than what I am, so I wouldn't be able to help you. If what I say helps, awesome. And if it doesn't, then I'm sorry, but no. And I think I've only had one. I feel like I've had a few guys contact me, like, not a few, I've had like quite a lot. And I always feel bad because, like, number one, I'm not going to take your money if I can't help you. So I'm not, you know what I mean? And so, I'm a woman, and you know what I mean? So, yeah. I hope that was okay. And I hope I didn't offend anyone, but yeah. Asking money on the first date, ask. Went on a date with this guy. If he's 10 years older than you, plus, then it should be known, and it's not going to be weird. Our thing isn't, we just don't have a fetish where we just love old wrinkly skin. I just want a man with wrinkly skin with little skin sores on it, and I just want to pick at it. No, you're disgusting. Stop. So, we're out with you for a reason. So why are you playing games? It's really ask. Because I went out with this one guy, he was like 70, 80. That's why the older the better. Exactly. Y'all know those skin sores. They just be acting, I just want to rub on your arm. Like, y'all, if y'all see me, like, because a lot of girls are out here with me, and now some of y'all know where I be going. If y'all see me and I'm just rubbing on somebody's arm, mind your business, okay? Mind your business. Well, y'all are about to see me right now rubbing somebody's arm. I'm supposed to be hairing up. That's why I'm always late. I'm always late, except for my coaching calls. I don't be late, y'all. I don't be late. So, um, yeah, but with him obviously being, okay, they're age spots. Okay, I'm sorry. I did say it, it wasn't accurate terminology, but yeah, the age spots, so we're not with you for that. We're not with you because you have a beautiful smile. We're not with you because you have real teeth. We're not with you just because your swag is just killing it. Like, yeah, so that's why I say it's easier to date up, because these men, it's not rocket science. It's just, you could be my grandfather, and yeah, so just ask. So I went out with this guy. He was like 70 something. He walked me to my car, and the only reason he walked me to my car because I met him at the club, and he's seen my car before. So he insisted to walk me to my car. Don't let him walk you to your car. Y'all, I be real with y'all. He walked me to my car. He knew what I drove before anyways. But he was like, "Did you have a good time?" And I told y'all this before. And he was just like, I was like, it was, yeah, I had fun. He said, "Well, you look so sad." I'm like, "Well, I'm used to being taken care of, and I'm a bit disappointed, and I'm not really sure what your intentions were, or I don't know. I just feel kind of uncomfortable." And he was like, "I didn't mean to offend you." He was like, "Oh no, I didn't mean to offend you. You know what I mean? How much I'm glad you said something, because if I would have never heard from you again, I would have been hurt and kicking myself, and I would have not known." Let this man know. Give him an opportunity to say no. If a man says no to you once, do not allow him to say no to you again. If you ask him for money for your nails, if you ask him for money for anything and he says no, even if you say it prematurely, it was wrong on your end. The timing, you effed up. So that's on you, girl. And if he says no, you continue to speak to him, you train that man how he can continue to say no to you, and he's gonna still get what he wants. If he says no, even if you said it at the wrong time, then at that point, it's over. So if he would have said no, at least I asked, and I would never talk to him again. After that, he knew what it was. I followed him straight to the bank, and it wasn't even a how much, it's the what's your limit for the day. And I literally, what is your limit for the day? So, like, I just, and y'all don't understand, like, if y'all would have met me, like I said, I'm very blunt, and I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna waste my, I'm gonna let you know. Like, no. And if you're younger, I'm harder. I'm way harder on you. Like, because I want you to run. I want you to not F with me. I want you to tell your boys, the other dusties, not to F with me. I need them to know. That's another reason why I like YouTube. I want them, Fancy, that was you. And all the golden, that was me. Yeah, that was me. I want, nigga, if you can't afford me, dang, I done said ninja. If you can't afford me, you can't afford me. So, y'all making me cuss too much. Let me get off of here. I ain't got nothing else to say. I don't got nothing else to say. Okay. Oh, I so read that wrong, Tia. I thought she said, "Oh, my mama." I said, "Okay." What? She said, "I want to be back in the game so badly, Fancy. However, I'm in a relationship, but come on." I'm so good at it. I do not believe he'll be okay with it. My boyfriend, whom we've had a child together. Hmm. Okay, so are y'all married? And I guess not, because he's your boyfriend. I feel like this: no man's going to be okay with his woman talking to someone else, but if you are in a position where he's not financially taking care of everything, and you still have to work, you still have to break your neck, you have a baby, you're not married. And even still, you're not married. And with that being said, if anything, children, I'm not speaking negative, children don't, keep a relationship, don't keep a man. And for whatever reason, he hasn't made the step to marry you. Not saying he's not going to, not saying you're not engaged, but even if he's your fiance, you're still not married. Okay. And with that being said, you need to have a roster. That's why men be having, they marry the very next woman. Like I did that little community post for y'all. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's real life." Like, that's a real life. You build a man, you can have a baby by him, you can do everything. He will do you worse than he will do you worse than he would do a girl that didn't do anything for him. Like, men will sit here, spit on you, they'll step on you, they will sit here and they'll sleep with your mama. They do not care. These guys, and I'm laughing because they don't care. And the thing is, a man can only do what you allow him to do. So it was because, he was allowed to do that. He was allowed not to marry you. He was allowed to get you pregnant, and y'all aren't married. He was allowed to live with you, you know what I mean? And you take care of the bills, or you pay half the bills, or you contribute, and he wasn't required to pay the full amount. Like, and so with that being said, girl, I know you love him. I'm sure he I'm sure he's a great father. You know what I mean? But I would have a roster, because if anything happens, just like if you're a good driver, why you need car insurance? for emergencies, just in case. So, just in case you need some insurance. And I would have a roster. It's always easier to find good men when you're not looking. You know what I mean? That's why I was telling you girls. Everybody was like, Fancy, y'all was having fun and stuff, and I thought we was just gonna be serious the whole time. No, we had our question and answer. We didn't sat here and sat down. We didn't take our pick. We didn't had everything. But if you're just uptight like this, just looking and waiting and just getting upset, men are attracted to fun. If girls are having a good time, if they're laughing, if they're acting like there's not a care in the world, men are attracted to that versus the women that are just like this. You know what I mean? Watching his every move. Like that girl that tried to fight me. Y'all, she tried to fight me. I was like, stop, I'm too cute. Stop. And that girl followed me, y'all. She was following me. I was like, stop. I'm not going to break my nails for you. A man over 50 asked me out, and when I asked for a meet fee, he just stopped talking. Like, why did you think I would go out with you otherwise? If it's not a sugar daddy website, or a strip club, sugar daddy website or a strip club, cannot ask for a meet fee. Imagine being a man. Imagine having a lot of money, older or not older. You're gonna question this woman's intentions. You don't really know her. You know what I mean? And so with that being said, you don't know if y'all get along. You don't know if you're going to enjoy her company. You don't know if she's a genuine person where she really wants to have a friendship with you, or you want something more with her. And if she's bringing up the money initially, you're just going to be like, okay, so maybe she just wants my money and she wants to kill me and she wants to steal from me, or she has a. So you have to, when it's a man that you meet on neutral territory, neutral ground, you have to basically get your hook in him, and that happens at the date. He understands that, number one, you know how to, you're not embarrassed to be out with an older man. Number two, y'all have great chemistry. Number three, you can hold a conversation. Number four, you know how to behave in nice environments. If he doesn't know any of this stuff, you know what I mean, and you're already talking about a meet fee, he might feel as though you're an extracurricular worker. You're an extracurricular activity worker, and he might feel as though, oh, wait a minute, she might just want to hit it and go, and I want something serious. So you can really scare a man off, a good man, by asking for a meet fee, or asking for money, or asking for anything, prior to the date. So, yeah, how to make sure that he's interested. If he cancels on you, he's not interested. If he takes too long to set up a date, he's not interested. If he's not trying to take you to an expensive place, he's not interested. If he's trying to take you for coffee and that's it, he's not trying to spend money on you. If he's trying to take you, you know what I mean? Certain things like that. So make sure that it's the most expensive the most expensive hotel. Not hotel, most expensive restaurant, and make sure that he's spending money that way, and that's a good start. So I was gonna say you should definitely try, like, what area are you in? Liver spots. Yeah. Just not into you. Yes, I need a roster. It's a must. The insurance is a must. But no, not a hotel though. No hotel restaurants. Stay away from hotel restaurants. Yeah, for sure. Anything where it's easy enough for him to order food, get you a little drinks, and go up to the cash register or to the lobby and ask for a room to go upstairs, that's a no. That's a no. That's a no. The only kind of hotel restaurants I would personally go to is if it's like at a resort. You know what I mean? Like at a country club or something, because they have, like the Four Seasons. It's obviously a resort, it has rooms, has a golf course, something like that. That's the only way I'm gonna be going to like a hotel restaurant that's nice. Anything other than that, it's just an easy way to lead you upstairs and for you to have to do something that you don't want to do. So no hotel, no hotel. No, I don't think age. I don't think age is an issue. Mm-mm. I've seen women that are in their 50s. I've seen women and they look good. They look good and they take the money like anybody else. They take it. No, 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 no. But I do feel as though the longer you wait to get your standards up, the longer you wait to stay with that man because of your situation, and you hope that, you know, you're an exception to the rule and that he is going to turn out to want to be with you for the rest of your life or whatever the case is, even though you're going 50-50, even though y'all have baggage together, even though whatever the case is, the more desperate you're going to be when that doesn't turn out, because that man ate up your youth. And your youth is when you have energy. Your youth is when you feel as though you have options. So you're just going to settle for whatever. So no, I'm 29, and I don't think so. I don't think 39 is too old. I don't think 49 is too old. I don't think you're 50. I don't think your age. If you take care of yourself, you know what I mean, and your health, you know, your skin, everything about you, then no. Right. So men will say anything older than 27 is old because they want you to feel low about yourself so you can accept whatever comes your way. Meaning you're going to accept them because you feel as though you have no other option because you're too old. Or they're going to make it seem like you have to be a size 1, 4, 2, 0, 100 pounds soaking wet, 110. Some men, they don't want, that's not what they want. Just like some men don't want bigger girls. It's not what they want. But I'm going to say all men don't want the same thing. Just like there's just not one type of luxury car. You got Jaguars, you got Bentleys, you got Beamers, you got Mercedes, you got all these different type of cars. And if all you had to do was have one nice shiny fancy car, that's then why are there different option cars? Men like a variety. Men want something different. Men want what other men don't have. You understand? And so with that being said, age, no, it's not. But when it comes to younger men, um, women who date men who are younger, you have to kind of look at it like, um, what are those guys looking for? Because there are a lot of guys, younger guys, who prey on older women because the older women have been through divorces. They have been through a lot of life. Life has happened to them. So a lot of older boys are like, oh, I'm not after her for X, Y, and Z, and that's exactly why he's with you. Like, younger boys really can't, like, dude, go pick up a trade, go start a business, go do something with your life, get your money up, and when you get your money up, then see if he still chooses you. And if he doesn't, then that means he was with you for a reason, because you were going to take care of him, or because, and the crazy thing is, I have a lot of girls who are dealing with old men, 50 plus, and those old men have $0 in a bank account. They don't work, they refuse to work, they refuse to take care of their kids, they refuse to stay faithful to you, but they still have enough money to go out on the weekend with their homies, and they have nothing in their name because they live off of you, they've lived off of women. So a lot of you girls are dealing with men who are older but don't have. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna let you go because my thing cut off and I think somebody was trying to call me, so I'm running late. I enjoyed talking to you, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.